Well, yeah, I think, who was I talking to about this? I think Greg Kading, although I could be wrong.
I watched the interview with Noble that he had did. Not Noble, with
Outlaws.
Edie.
Yeah,
Edie. Yeah. Well, Noble was in it, but
Yeah.
Edie did most of the time where he went back and met the officer who was
Right.
supposed to be over the case.
Yeah.
And they
Well,
said
the
they
first
didn't
responder.
get any cooperation.
Right. I interviewed him too, Chris Carroll.
Yeah.
Yeah. We talked about that. I mean, he wasn't getting cooperation. He showed up on his bicycle, and there was Suge bleeding out his head and Tupac lying there, you know.
How much cooperation could you get at that point? If you don't know who came up and popped, if you don't actually know, like, oh, that's a blue Nova, that's Lil Bam Bam's car. You know what I mean? If you don't know, how much cooperation can you give? And really knowing that black people don't trust the law and we're reluctant to give up any information, but how much information would you actually have at that point during the incident? Car just came by and lit your shit up. Got your man out here bleeding, laid out, you nicked in the head. Boom, shootings go up. It's adrenaline, it's fright, it's revenge, it's all kind of emotions coursing through you. So, you know, just to sit down and be like, oh yeah, I think it was this and that and the other. You know, motherfuckers ain't really wild. I don't even want to talk to you right now. I want to get to somewhere where I can figure this shit out and retaliate. That's a gangbanger's mentality.
Well, what I wanted to say was, I believe it was Greg Kading that I talked to. There is an underlying reluctance of Las Vegas PD to even solve this thing, especially at the time, because it's not like so much like this anymore, but around 96 when it happened, they were trying to rebrand Vegas as a family-friendly city. See what I'm saying? You know, this whole whatever happens stays in Vegas. That's new.
Yes,
that's the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Back then, they were trying to hope for, you know, something. Let's turn this from this like whole
mob,
you know, mob controlled brothels, hookers, drugs, you know, cocaine and gambling, to having families come out here. Let's you know, do more some circus type things where you could bring your kids out and you could gamble and the kids could have fun over here and so forth. And then bunch of these black rappers go and shoot at each other in the middle of the strip.
Yeah,
they're not trying to keep that
in the MGM and all that. Yeah.
They weren't trying to have this in the news over and over and over and over and over again. And you know, all these families are like, I don't want to bring my kids there. They might get shot.
Yes, find another destination. Yeah.
Orlando it is.
Right. Much safer.
Much safer. No one gets shot.
Yeah.
No one gets into shootouts in Orlando. I've never heard of that part.
Not unless they get into cocaine war or something.
Right.
It might go
right. So that's that. But you know, I felt like the whole thing with Keefe is like, this is the last living member of the person in the car that shot Tupac.
Whew.
Everybody else is dead. So here was an opportunity to find out what happened leading up to that event, during the event, and what happened afterwards. No one else could tell this story now. Suge could tell you what happened during, if he ever decides to actually talk, which he hasn't yet. And now there's people in other cars that saw a little bit, but...
Write a book, Suge.
Yeah. I know Nick Cannon has been meeting up with him recently in prison, trying to do something.
Shout out to Nick Cannon, man. Y'all be doing some dope interviews too.
Thank you. Thank you. It's my homie.
Yeah, no doubt.
I fuck with Nick.
Nick is a great guy. I haven't met him yet, but
great guy.
He got a great spirit.
Yeah. And you know, here's the last living person who's older and not the best health. I know he has some cancer, you know, situations happening and so forth. The way I looked at it was like, this story might die with him. So let me go ahead and try to get this story told. Because Tupac fans are going to be around forever.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. Still got Jimi Hendrix fans.
Yeah.